Hello everyone, it's Daryl, Northern Vinyl Guy here, back at you with another video. And as you can see, I'm on the back deck in front of my barbecue and in front of the nice swimming pool we got here going in the backyard. And as you can tell, I'm just going to go down some stairs here. But we've got some pretty nice weather here in the north. Finally, it's got above the 20 degrees Celsius mark. And so with that, the water in our pool was nice enough. Kids got to have a pool party today. They got to do some cool jumping around on the trampoline. They got to use the equipment here in our backyard. And so it got me thinking, some inspiration for today's video. Songs and albums that I have in my collection that kind of bring in the summer. They remind me of that summer vibe, whether it's going to the beach, going on vacation. So let's kick this video off with some summertime theme, and I hope you enjoy the next episode on Northern Vinyl Guy. All right, everyone, I'm back in my house and my nice little comfy chair here in my record room. And so we're going to be taking a look at 10 different albums that remind me of, I suppose, summer, or maybe the title of the album has something summer themed. Yeah, we're going to check this out. Do I like all of these albums? Well, I guess we'll just have to take a look and find out. So before I get started here, if you like my content and you have not yet subscribed, please feel free to click the subscribe button, leave a comment down in the section below, and yeah, I hope that you leave me a like, a thumbs up. And so here we go with 10 albums that I have in my collection, or songs that remind me of summer. So we're going to go in chronological order. So starting with the 1962 album by the Surfmen. It is called Hawaii. Now, I mean, I wouldn't say that this is the greatest quality type album or anything like that, but the Surfmen were I guess you would call them maybe one of the first super groups that were kind of formed. You know, some artists that just kind of collaborated together, and it's basically this kind of like luau Hawaiian music. I was listening to it again tonight. There are certain instruments, especially I don't know if it's a steel drum or maybe a xylophone or whatever like that, but it's extremely hard on the ears on this particular pressing. So yeah, if you like that luau type Hawaii music, Hawaiian grooves, you might like this one. It's just kind of chill. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the best quality or anything of that nature, but yeah. Check it out, the Surfmen with their album Hawaii. They only released 2 albums, the other one being an album called Exotic Island, which is a little more sought after if you are looking for the one that I just showed you, Hawaii, which is on the Somerset pressing. You don't see Somerset too often, but the Somerset pressing. Big thing about this band is that most of their, this album, the Hawaii one, is you can find that in your dollar bargain bin, but because of the title of Exotic Island, that particular album does get sought after a little bit more. So yeah, I mean, feel free to check that one out. All right, album number 2, we've got a compilation. I mean, I don't know. I know that there are quite a few people that don't like the Beach Boys for various reasons. Maybe it's just the ego of some of the members, Brian Wilson, stuff like that. This one is a 1970 compilation, Good Vibrations, and I mean, it has quite a bit of their hits on here that make me feel of summer. So things like Good Vibrations, we've got Surfer Girl, I Get Around, California Girls. I mean, these are all classic Beach Boys songs. So in the comments section below, if you like the Beach Boys, let me know why. Do you like their summer vibes? If you don't like them, leave me a comment as to why you don't like them. Is it Brian Wilson? Is it just the overall, sound of the band? I know that Pet Sounds, which I don't have the Pet Sounds album. I know some people really like it, some people despise it. What are your thoughts regarding the Beach Boys? And of course, this one's got, this one had a little bit of love. You can see somebody had circled the back of this. Once again, this was a discount bargain album that I found. And this one is on the Capitol Records orange label. And so yeah, no, check that out. I used to like, I in particular like California Girls and Good Vibrations on that one. All right, now this next one was originally written, the song actually for this one was written in 1959 by I believe it was by the Lettermen, I think they were called. And then a second version was done by a guy named Percy Faith for the movie of the same name. Now, I don't have either one of those particular versions of this, but I do have a version by a French artist who in 1968 had a major hit with the song Love is Blue. A little bit lesser known on this one, but we've got Paul Mauriat's version of Theme from a Summer Place. This one's pretty chill, all instrumental. A lot of it is in, I guess the titles would be in French, but Theme from a Summer Place is the title track, and then you've got a song called Holidays on here. On side 2, you've got Ebb Tide, tides associated with the summer and the water. And then the second track on side 2 is Summer of 42, followed by Sur la Plage, which is just the French way of saying on the beach. And then you've got a song called Summer Memories, and also Day by Day. So, this is a perfect example of if you just want to chill and have a glass of wine. Of course, the nice picture there on the back of the beach. This is perfectly fitting for these summer months that we have coming up. All right, and that one is a different pressing as well here. This is on the MGM label. You don't see this one too often, so yeah, a little bit of MGM, and this is a stereo recording of Theme from a Summer Place. All right, next one from 1972. We've got James Seals and Daryl Crofts, the duo also just known as Seals and Crofts. And of course, I couldn't go through with this list without having the Summer Breeze album. I love this album. I love the song Summer Breeze. This one here, the song Summer Breeze, my mom used to play it when I was younger. I remember it played on CD and things like that. And I don't know what it is. This is a very chill cover. I love the artwork on this one. So there they are, Seals and Crofts right there. And of course, if you are familiar with them, you would know that they did, Diamond Girl is another one, and Closer to You in 1976 would be their other hits. But Summer Breeze, that wind blowing, I don't know what it is. It's just that the lyrics to the song just kind of make it for me. So there you go, little Seals and Crofts. This one is on the Warner Brothers label. Seals and Crofts. So yeah. All right, now going from the 1972 album Seals and Crofts, which is probably one of my favorites in this list today, to most definitely my least favorite out of all of them on today's list, and that is Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Love Beach. Now, I am an ELP fan. I remember going to see them in concert in Quebec City in the early 90s, and I will probably talk about that. I'm going to try to do a rundown of the albums that I do have and rank them. I don't have all of them, but I'm going to try to be a completionist. I do like Emerson, Lake and Palmer from their from a lot of the earlier stuff, early 70s. But this one here, 1978, Love Beach. This one did not get a lot of good reviews and with great great understanding. But the reason I've got this on here is just the idea of the beach, love beach, and that kind of thing, bringing it into the summer. I like that back cover there with the nice little beach there as well. Now the title track, Love Beach, was the main one that got any reviews from this, and I was listening to it again today. I just cannot get into this album. But as I said, trying to be a completionist with ELP. Yeah, so I mean, if you like these guys, let me know in the comment section down below. If you like this album, let me know. What are your thoughts about this particular one in comparison to their other albums? Tarkus is probably my favorite album by them. And of course, this one here is on the Atlantic label, the green and red label, 1978. All right. Now, summer music would not be complete without talking about a little bit of yacht rock, and perhaps one of my favorite yacht rock artists. I just couldn't do this without showing this album, and that is Christopher Cross. And this is the self-titled album, and of course this has Sailing on it, which is true yacht rock. And what's the other one here? Ride Like the Wind. Ride Like the Wind is also on this album. Very relaxing kind of music. And Christopher Cross, I was watching some programs with him in it, and he's a pretty chill guy. I mean, that goes without saying that when it comes to these summer months, you just want to relax, you just want to be chill. He's a pretty chill dude, and I do not know who this G. Jobson is. Got this at a thrift store, and always kind of cool just to kind of see these who owned it, and this record definitely got a little bit of love. This is side 2 of it, but it's on the Warner Brothers light brown kind of label right there. A little bit of Christopher Cross. All right. And, being that I'm the Northern Vinyl guy here, I mean, I got to give props to at least one Canadian contribution in each of my episodes, and it wouldn't be fair to talk about summer without talking about a little bit of Bryan Adams here, and his album Reckless, which includes the song Summer of '69 on it. Now, Summer of '69, I mean, it can be interpreted in multitude of ways. I mean, some people say that it's about, a sexual innuendo, which I guess could be associated with summer. Others say that it is about an experience in the summer of 1969, or maybe it's a combination of both, a sexual experience that occurred in 1969. I will let you be the judge. But I also like the song One Night Love Affair that is on here, which I find, at least from a musical perspective, I think the background music and stuff like that kind of has a little more chill summer vibe to it. And, has this idea, I mean, lots of people go on a summer vacation and they're single, and they go down to, I don't know, Jamaica or something like that, and they do have a one night stand or love affair down on the beach or something like that. And so yeah, we could consider that a little bit of a chill thing there. So the Bryan Adams Reckless album, very cool. What is the year of this? 1984, for those of you that are wondering. So the 1984 Reckless album, Bryan Adams, just for some summer vibes. And this has got a pretty cool label on it there. So yeah, check that out. And on the back side, I paid $10 for this album a few summers ago at Speed City Records, actually in London, Ontario. All right, without further ado, another album from 1984, and this is kind of a double up here on the summer theme. You can't go wrong with a guy the last name of Ocean. Who doesn't want to go to the ocean in the summer or go in the water? So we got a little bit of Billy Ocean and his album Suddenly, which features the hit song Caribbean Queen. For those of you that like to travel, you want to go to the Caribbean, get some waves in, get some tans in there. And this album here, kind of a funny story on how I got it. took my daughter a few years ago to go visit the hometown that I grew up in, and when I was in Thunder Bay, Ontario, I went to a Goodwill. I think it was either a Goodwill or some kind of other thrift shop, Value Village or something like that. And when I went and checked all the records, every single one of them was damaged, cracked, broken, warped. And this one just happened to kind of be sitting there on its own by itself. The only one in the entire store out of all the records that were there that was not broken, not damaged. So I had to pick it up. I am a big Billy Ocean fan, kind of got a soft spot for this guy. So as you can see, it was originally a $2.99 album. So Billy Ocean. And of course, you know, he's on the Jive record label. Right, so yeah, got a little summer theme. All right, for some reason, I just don't picture summer without a little bit of Madonna, and this is her True Blue album. But there is one song on here. I mean, this album has tons of hits, including, you know, Papa Don't Preach, Open Your Heart, Where's the Party, True Blue, and Live to Tell. But the one that reminds me the most of summer is La Isla Bonita. There's just something about the vibe of that song. You know, the whole Spanish lullaby thing. I just think it's a genius song. Love it. Madonna, couldn't make this list without having at least her on here once. And her song Holiday as well kind of would definitely bring in those vibes. And she's on Sire Records. So there you go, little Madonna, Sire Records. And then to finish today's list out, something I haven't done in any of my other videos. The reason being is I don't really have any 12-inch singles. I don't have too many of them. But I happened to find this one. I don't know where it was. This one here came with some generic label. This is not a disco single. It's not a disco song, but it came with this generic label. But it is an Italian singer that goes by the name of Nocera or Nocera. I don't know how you say her name. But this one here, Summertime, Summertime, it was also redone in the 90s by Karina. And then this song is just exactly as it sounds. Summertime, summertime, on the beach, all that kind of stuff. And this one here is on Island Records. So it's perfect fitting for that. The little palm tree that's there, the little ocean on the label. So yeah, a little bit of Nocera and Summertime, Summertime. I'm not a huge fan of this particular version. I prefer the Karina version myself. But that is because I was a kid of the 90s. Not that I don't like 80s music, because 80s is my favorite decade, but yeah, definitely I prefer the Summertime, Summertime version from the 1990s. So yeah, those are my 10 albums that kind of remind me of summer or have some kind of a summertime theme, songs that have the theme dealing with summer. As you can see, there was a little mosquito or a fly that just landed on my head. So definitely time for summer here in my northern town. So as always, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please feel free to do so. I would love more subscribers here. And if you like my content, you like some of these albums that I showed, please leave a thumbs up and also leave some comments down in the section below. Until next time, take care, and as always, we will see you next time.